What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? You got your boy J. Quill here. What's going on, Abu Dhabi? I see you in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate it. Wait till a couple more people come in here. If not, I just want to have a conversation. Even if the conversation is me talking to myself about what's going on in the title. I'm about to smoke this cigar in a minute, light this up. And get to talking. I ain't gonna be on here probably be up here about a half hour. Just want to talk about what's in the title. Now, what's in the title don't concern no other race. It don't concern no other race. This ain't got nothing to do with no other race. This thing got everything to do with Black Americans. That's what the guy ain't didn't do it. Let me get my phone real quick. Hey, first off, I want to say I appreciate the support from everybody that was able to help me get to 1,000 subs. So appreciate everybody for that. For sticking around and listening to a brother and appreciating what a brother got to say and what a brother have to bring to the table. I appreciate that. Like other YouTubers, I ain't no gangster. Damn sure ain't no killer. I'm about as humble as it come. And I take care of mine. That's what I do. But what you see in the title is, like I said, Black Americans, right? Now, this don't concern no other race, which is Black people, Black Americans, or what you consider yourself to be Black American. Let me get the cigar lit real quick. What's going on, A-Train? What you see up on the title is just pretty much what it is. I might get this damn thing lit. Now, if you have any kids in the room, and you got kids that's up listening, this conversation gonna go left and it's gonna go right. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff within about 30 minutes. So if anybody got a problem with what I'm about to say, if anybody got a problem with me, I'll drop the link, pull up, get into the conversation. If you got a problem with what I'm about to say, pull up, get into the conversation. What's going on, Jason? One thing I want to point out, if y'all ain't paying attention, if y'all haven't been paying attention, you notice that Black Americans is being locked up more at a higher rate than any other race, and we killing each other faster than any other race, unless your ass is over there, unless you overseas, over there in Gaza and all of that, what's going over there. We killing each other at an enormous rate right now, man. And this shit is sad. Right now, African Americans on the brink of extinction, like animals. But nobody protecting us. They will protect an oversized lizard, a Komodo dragon, and keep them animal off the endangered species list, to keep from killing them, to wiping them out. But nah, they're not doing that because we doing it to each other. We killing each other so fast at a higher rate right now that nobody talking about this shit, man. Nobody talking about it. Atlanta became the new Chicago. Think about that. Atlanta became the new Chicago. Atlanta became the new 5 boroughs of New York. Atlanta got a murder rate right now that's out of control. Every time you turn on the radio, it's black on black crime. Every time you turn on the radio. It used to be Florida. They said the most crazy people come out of Florida. Nah, they come out of Georgia. A little sector they call Atlanta. Why nobody talking about this shit? I remember one time you could turn on the radio, and being from Jersey, New York had a high rate. Jersey had a crate. North New Jersey had a crate murder rate. You know, you like Connecticut, but Atlanta, from Louisiana to Atlanta to Chicago, it's off the meter right now. And it's all black Americans killing each other at an enormous rate right now, man. We're on the verge of extinction, and nobody's saying shit about it, man. Nobody's saying nothing about it. And then they had a nerve to give us a platform on YouTube. And we get on social media, killing each other on social media. You know how many times people done got killed on IG live? Ain't nothing but another black American kill another black American. You know how many blacks done kill blacks on Facebook Live? In Chicago, just killing each other, man. Over what? If somebody wearing a color that damn bad, why you gotta kill somebody? You gotta kill somebody's baby, and somebody's baby's gotta kill you. Last week, a 12-year-old boy killed a 26-year-old man because he was breaking up a fight. And he popped him dead in the head. Right in front of his daughter. But we get on YouTube and brag about it. We get up here and call each other, that ain't gangster. If you've never been in jail in your life, knock on wood. I haven't been there yet, knock on wood. But if you tell somebody on YouTube you have not been in jail, you're not gangster enough. Not gangster enough, man. Don't make no sense, man. Don't make no sense. I could get up right now and show y'all a gun right now. I could show y'all multiple weapons that I have. Does that make me a gangster? No. You can have 500 weapons and get killed by one. Remember that shit. You can have all the weapons in the world and get killed by one. But we don't see this shit though. I have license to conceal in the state that I live in. I got license to carry. But do I carry a weapon where I go? No. I leave out this door, I put it in the glove compartment. And I lock it. I don't walk in Walmart with a gun because I ain't scared of nobody. But is it about to come down to that part where as though you got to walk around token hand, you got to walk around strapped now? The state of Texas just passed the bill where everybody can get a gun now. I guess that goes under where as though it falls under where you might not have you don't have a criminal record to get a gun. But I know the state of Texas passed a law where as though everybody can buy a gun now. They not buying a gun because they want it. They buying a gun for your black ass. You understanding this? They giving people guns to protect themselves because they watching black Americans killing each other by the fucking numbers. Nobody's saying nothing, man. So the young boy that killed the 26-year-old man, when he go to prison, he can be praised as a god, right? Because he was 12 years old and he killed somebody 26. What they gonna call that? That's gangster? How gangster is it when your 13-year-old daughter come home and tell you she fucking pregnant? Is that gangster? And the baby father 19 or 20 years old. And he telling that young girl, that ain't my baby. Now from 13 years old, the mama don't give a damn because the mama is let the mama getting the welfare check. Don't you know when your 13-year-old daughter get pregnant, or any girl, any child under 18, and the father's paying child support for that child. Once that child get pregnant and that baby is here, they take the father off child support and put the mama on child support. Now the mama is getting, the mother got to pay. So now she putting the little girl to go after child support, and the mother is getting welfare for the daughter and the little girl. And by the time they catch up with the father, he in jail for murdering somebody that looked like me. Don't make no damn sense, man. Man. See, I know a lot of people ain't gonna pop in here because this ain't a banging channel. I ain't banging on nobody. I'm not banging on nobody. I'm not dragging nobody. I'm not downplaying nobody. I'm talking about the black African Americans, or whatever we choose to call each other. Because we out here killing each other. We killing each other on the internet. We killing each other in the streets. You on social media arguing, killing each other, and you're gonna say somebody snitched on you. Nah, bro. You on the internet talking this tough shit. Nobody saying shit. Nobody saying nothing, man. They keep blaming this shit on the fathers. Well, lack of fatherhood. Okay, that could be a question. Hey, what's going on, Harper? Appreciate you coming through, brother. We keep blaming these murders on lack of fatherhood. But you don't want to put the initiative. You don't want to say, well, the mother got a part to play with it. Because most of these kids are being raised by the grandmother. The grandmother out the door, the father in prison. Now, most of these kids are being raised by the grandmother. A couple of years ago, they came up in the black family houses and said, you can't beat that child no more. So now you can't beat the child. You giving the child more rights than the parents. Because now you put your hand on that kid take his ass to school and say, my father hit me, my mother hit me. They're going to send the police to your house and lock you up. They're going to put you in jail for the kid. So once you took the rights out the house and gave it to the kid, that's when shit done change. Because now you can't even beat the kids no more. You know why? Because the state wants your damn kids. That's why they don't want you to beat them no more. You beat your kids, you discipline the shit out of them. I got ass whoopers all my life. And my mother always said, y'all keep your mouth closed. You taught as a child not to snitch. You taught before you walk out that door not to snitch. You got your ass whooped. Your mother kept you home from school and sent you the next day. Now you go to school and tell a teacher that don't look like you and look like me. My mother hit me. Look at my arm. Look at my back. Then what she do? She called Child Protective Services. A police, shit, child protective service ain't nothing but cops, judge and jury without a gun, without a trial, and come to your house and take you out the house for beating on your kids. So now they locking you up. So now where we go from here now? Where we go now? The streets? So they want to, the music raised these kids. The streets raised these kids. Now, once they came in your house and took the rights out your house that you cannot touch these kids no more. Now the kids killing you. The kids now are putting their hands on the parents. See, when we was growing up, it was always said to us by our parents, the day you put your hands on me, that's the day I take your ass out. I brung you in this world, and I'm going to take you out this world. That's what we was told leaving out that door. We was told after we got our ass whooped. Man, my mother used to beat my ass and put me in the corner. I used to stand in the corner for 8 hours. I used to fall asleep standing up because I was that bad. But I'm going to tell you something. Them ass whoopers kept me out of prison. Kept me out of jail. They didn't keep me out of trouble because I couldn't see myself going to jail and have somebody telling me some shit that my mother was already doing. So if my mother was beating my ass, my mother would have me stand in the corner, and my mother had me going to the corner store with food stamps buying maxi pads. Not embarrassing that shit was. You had to spend 50 cents. So why would I go to prison for that shit? Well, hey, what's going on? They salute the Gooch. What's going on, brother? Yeah. Yeah, you was getting silly, man. You're 100% right. What's going on, Shakina? Joe, I see you in the building. Yeah, man. It's a lot that nobody talking about, man. But if we keep carrying on like this, we keep acting like this, it's not going to be no more African Americans no more. They're going to take the American off the name. They're going to take the African from us and call us animals. They're going to take that shit. Mark my words. They're going to take American off, get away with African, get the Africans their name. They're going to let them have that. But they're going to call us animals. And what they do with animals, they hunt them. You eat what you kill. You kill what you eat. They're going to start hunting us. They're already taking all our rights. They're taking all the rights we got. Before you know it, they're going to take our gun rights. Now, I'm licensed to carry. I'm licensed to carry a firearm. Before you know it, they're going to take that shit too. They're going to take that too. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late for us, man. Pregnancy at its high. Pregnancy is at its high from the age of, 11, 12 on up. And the murder rate is at its high from 11, 12 on up. 12-year-old girl get pregnant. 12-year-old boy go to 12-year-old girl get pregnant. 12-year-old young man go to jail for murder. And tell me, swallow that shit. Swallow that. Swallow that pill. Can you handle both of them? Can you handle the fact that a 13-year-old girl come in the house and said, "Mommy, I'm pregnant," and then the mother pick up the phone at the same time and say, "Ma'am, is this yourself, Leroy Johnson?" "Yeah." Well, we just charged them with triple homicide. It's going to get to a point where they're going to say, since your son or your daughter committed murder, you're going to do the time for this kid. Now they're going to lock your ass up and lock your kid up. It's going to get to that point. It's going to come to that point. I might not be here to see the shit, but it's going to get to that point where they start locking black people up for their child bullshit. I'm not even going to say mistakes, because at 12 years old, you're not making a mistake when you can pull a trigger. That ain't no damn mistake. That ain't no mistake around here. If the young girl was not molested or raped or viciously attacked, but she's having sex at 13 and get pregnant, they're going to hold you full responsible for that shit. Now the judge going to come after everybody else. But we sitting back here and we just watching this shit unfold. What's going on, Tazo? We just sitting back here and we watching this shit unfold, man. And we doing nothing about it. All we doing is encouraging the bullshit. That's what we doing, right? We encouraging the shit. We cheering it on. The music now, not all the music, but the music now, getting your kids high. Not all of it. I'm not talking about the J. Coles. I'm not talking about the Kendricks and all of them. I'm talking about these kids running around here. Like your rappers like Future, talking about drugs, he ain't even on drugs. Talking about your rappers up here talking about drinking lean. Got your kids fucked up in the head. Back then, when music was playing like NWA, they didn't want that on the air. They didn't want that. You had to fight to get NWA in the airways, Public Enemy, the Fat Boys. You couldn't do the human beatbox. A lot of music then, with the lyrics then, they didn't want on the radio. Now you can hear shit like Cardi B talk about her pussy. You don't see what they doing to us, man? You got female artists on here now. Back in the day, if you get on the radio talk about, hey, prime example. Rick Ross says something on his music about giving a girl a molly. And they crucified him for that shit, right? Now, vice versa, you got Cardi B, them talking about how they can suck good dick. They cheering that shit because they got your daughters listening to that. They got rappers talking about stick talk. You got a 12-year-old boy can tell you how to break down a gun, how to make bullets, how to hide the gun, the range on how he could shoot somebody from 90 yards. But he can't tell you shit he read in the school book. He can't tell you shit in the dictionary. He can't tell you nothing in the Bible. He could tell you how he could break down a car and steal it. How to get a snatch bar, how to snatch the neck off, how to switch the wires up, how to pull out a radio. He can look at a car coming down the street and tell you if those 32-inch rims on that damn truck. But as you ask that young man, that young woman, anything about school, anything about life, anything about goals, they can't tell you shit. And you know what it is? Some of these parents, not all, but some of these black parents, they let that shit slide. You know why? Because when a little man was 2 years old and he started saying fuck, they thought that was cute. When the little girl was saying fuck you at the age of 5 years old, they thought it was cute. Now look at it now. Look where we at now in society as black Americans. Look where we at as society now. Who's paying for this shit? They sitting back right now waiting to lock your kids up. If they can't get the parents, they're going after your kids. Now you got kids killing adults. You got kids killing adults, man. We grew up, we used to say shit like, Hey, stand right here. I'm going to get my brother. And you be like, go get him. I beat your whole family up. Now, that kid come back with a gun and smoke your ass. And walk down the street where nobody call. Oh, I ain't snitching. I ain't snitching. He come from a family of killers. I ain't saying nothing. So the more and more and more we don't call it out and we don't protect our own, we dying. Dying out in these streets, man. Dying on social media. Now the cops ain't even got to come get you in the streets. They coming to get your ass on the internet. They coming to get you off the internet. The crazy part about it is this. You snitch on YouTube. You telling yourself, you do a murder on YouTube, right? You know where they hiding that? On Facebook. Then they track you on Facebook, you go hide on Instagram. You rob somebody, you selling it on Facebook Marketplace. Think about it, man. You don't want to be on the block no more, so you sell the weed on the internet. So when they come snatch your little ass up, what you gonna do? You know what you gonna do? So if you're a child under 18 and they pass a law to come lock your black ass up, come lock up the mother, the father, and if the grandmother 70, if the grandmother 80-something years old, you know what? Fuck that. A lot of grandmothers now is no older than 50. What kind of shit is this, man? A lot of grandmothers out here now no older than 50 years old. You got grandmothers having kids. How the hell you got a daughter 13 and you have a kid you having a kid? Now that baby, it was going on, Ken. Now the baby, the grandmother 50, have a child that's 1. But she already got a daughter that's 14. And the 14-year-old daughter got a baby. So now that little baby, not even knowing that they're uncle or aunt, and not even talking yet. Y'all see this shit all the time, man. Yeah, babies having babies. You see it all the time, man. You see this shit all the time. And it's running rampant with African Americans or Black Americans or what we want to call it shit, man. It's running rampant right now. All of this shit is getting loose and nobody's saying nothing. It's going to get to a point where they're going to be locking us up for any damn. They're doing it already now, but it's going to get to a point where they're going to lock you up for your kids. They're going to start locking us up for our own kids. I guess that'll wake them up. That'll wake us up. That might just wake us up. Can you imagine them passing a law if your 13-year-old daughter get pregnant and they can't find the father and they lock you up for you allowing that girl to have sex? And they give you 5 years for allowing a 13-year-old girl or any girl under 18 to have sex, to have a baby, and they lock your ass up? Can you imagine they pass a law like that to shut us down? I guess by then we'd be watching our kids even more, man. Because like I said, they took the discipline out the house and gave it to the schools. So now your school disciplining your kids, man. The schools is doing this shit. But nobody's saying nothing, man. We all think it's cute. We think it's funny. We think it's gangster. We think this how our life's supposed to be for us. Nah, this ain't how life's supposed to be, man. This ain't how it's supposed to be. The other day I was in the mall, right? I was in Liz. I went in Liz, I bought 3 hats. 4 young men coming in. Now my back is turned towards the hat because I'm trying to see what I'm getting. And I heard one of the young men said, I had on a red shirt with a red baseball cap. He was like, yo, look, he was like, look at it. He was like, look at this, big homie. He got all red on. So I'm sitting there watching it. I'm listening. He said, what you want to do? I turned around. It was babies. They weren't no older than 13 years old, man. They had to be no big. Oh, the tallest one had to be like 5'6". I turned around. What's going on, young man? How y'all doing? He looked at me and said, what's up, big homie? I said, I'm not your big homie, bro. I'm old enough to be your father. So if you're going to call me anything, call me sir. He said, I apologize, sir. And they ran about the store. These are young men. Now, can you imagine if I was outside and one of them was strapped? I'm not a blood, I'm not a Crip. But I would have got shot by some young men trying to prove something to each other. It can get as real as that. Just trying to prove something to each other. Yeah, they did. But can you imagine it could have went left if they was outside trying to prove something? Because long as the government came in your house and took the rights out for you disciplining and beating your kids and put them shits in the school, whatever they put them at. Because they look at it like this. Anytime a mother takes you to court, what's going on, 702? Anytime you go to court for child support, what the mothers don't know is that once they run a DNA test and say that child is yours, that DNA test is put into a system. So now if your child get in trouble, all they got to do is pull the DNA up, to pull a DNA record and say, well, that kid that did that murder belongs to that father. Oh, yeah? But where's the kid at now? Have you ever been locked up? Well, who he raised them now? Because the father in jail for unpaid child support. Where the mother at? Or the mother doing her thing. The grandmother raising the kid. Then they go over there and get the kid, lock up the kid, lock up the kid and the grandmother. It's going to get to that point. It's going to get to that point. But ain't going to be shit left. So if we don't take control over our households and our kids, because everything start at home. All this shit start at home. If we don't start taking control over everything that we do from now on, from here on out, you're going to lose your rights as a fucking man or as a woman, as a human being. You're going to lose your human rights. They can't wait to take them. They taking them now. While we getting shot dead in them streets, and people up there screaming, where's Black Lives Matter now? Nah, don't worry about where's Black Lives Matter at. What matters is the community you live in that you help build and structure. Start getting involved in your communities, man. So you don't have to worry about a senseless killing because you already know who did it. Because murder is murder. I don't see how you flip it. If a young man, 12 years old, 13 years old, a young female stabs somebody, or a young man kills somebody and they go to jail for murder, you should be able to call their parents up and tell the parents to take their little ass in. Because now you don't got into your community. Nobody. I tell you, if we don't start this shit now, as Black African Americans, we is done, man. We already done. We is done, man. We already done. We gotta take back the community, man. We have to police our own community. I know a lot of y'all probably like, I'm a gangster. I ain't no police. Nah, it's not about policing. It's not about being no police. It's about getting involved. If you can't It's about getting involved in your community, man. But see, one thing about shoplifting, right? One thing about shoplifting falls under privatized prisons. That's what it falls under. Look up a look. I think the movie's called 13. It's under the Bill Alec. It's under the Bill Alec. When you when you get caught shoplifting, I think it's either a tag or a number that's put up on there. So when you go to jail, you was listed under a privatized prison. Now you got Walmart, you got Target, you got AT&T, Verizon, you got Costco, you got all these big companies that's involved in this shit. When Trayvon Martin got killed, Walmart pulled out of Alec. They pulled away from the shit. They pulled away from it. So now you was being put in a privatized prison. And you wonder why you see them there doing work release programs and working in the kitchen, giving back, ain't making shit. It's a lot of shit out there that they don't tell us that they do to us. But if we don't start taking over our households and taking back the communities and protecting our own community, not from each other. We have to protect each other, but don't go against each other. Because once you start going against each other, then you got everybody want to be the head chief in charge or the head in charge. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody want to come up here and add on to it. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? James Smith, Jersey 908. Yeah, 908. We in Elizabeth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 908. Let me see. See, for those who new to my channel, over here, we drop links. We let y'all come up. So whoever want to come up and add on to it, come on up, man. You got something to say about it? Come on up. Yeah, Linda, I know. Linda Elizabeth. I know. I'm from North. I know where you at. 1 and 9. Mm-hmm. Or you could take Elizabeth Avenue straight out, take the backside, come by King College, be right there. I got a story to tell too, some weird shit, man. That's like, this was years ago, right? This is how I say your community will bring you down, right? Even though I know that we need to come together and get the bad seed out the community, that's like policing it far as, child molesters and drug dealing and stealing and robbing and, putting your hands on older people. Years ago, I was living in Newark. I was living on 6th Ave and 6th Street. If anybody from Newark, 6th Ave and 6th Street is on the corner, coming right off 280. I had to be like 21. At that time, I was driving a silver Acura Legend coupe. I had a 2-door silver Legend coupe. At that time, I ain't had a big boy. I had it was a 98? It was a 98. It was a 98, small one, but it was an Acura Legend coupe. It looked, if anybody know, I'm going back. It looked like a Sterling. It looked like just like the 4-door Sterlings, but it was chopped in half. It was a Legend coupe. Down around the corner on 6th Street in Dickinson, they had a group called the Cadillac Boys. All on road Cadillacs. All on road Cadillacs. At that time, I was just going to work, but all of them had Cadillacs, and I used to link up with them, ride around. I had an Acura Legend, so it wasn't. I couldn't really do much because I didn't have a Cadillac. So he pulled up. He was like, yo, Quill, get in, Quill, get in, Quill. So I jumped in the car. He was like, you smoke weed? And I was like, nah, I don't smoke weed. I don't even smoke. I don't drink. I was like 21. I was like, I don't smoke. I don't drink. This is how the community bring you down, right? And I was like, nah, I don't smoke. I don't drink. He was like, come on, man. Come on, man. I said, nah, I don't smoke. I don't drink. But he was cool with my brother. And he was a twin because, you know, when you got a twin, you call twin one, twin two. Pulled out a small tray bag. It looked like a BC Potter. If anybody know about it, know how BC Potter look. It's in a little plastic little thing, little tray bag. And he handed me the tray bag. Like, what the fuck I supposed to do with this? What is this? He was like, nah, man. Now open it up. What the fuck is this? So I opened it up. I said, what the fuck is this? Coke? Fucked right in his fucking, boom, right in his face. He pulled over. Got in a big argument. My brother happened to come around the corner and see the shit. We outside the car. My brother like, yo, Quill, what up, man? Man, that's twin, man. Cool, man. Cool. People chill. Nah, man. That motherfucker gave me a tray bag and I plucked it in his face. That was it. Brother beat the shit out of him. Yeah, can you imagine at 21, if I indulged in that shit, where would I be right now? I'd be a straight up dope fiend. Be a dope fiend. Yeah, I'd be a dope fiend. He dead now, but I would have been straight dope fiend if I would have indulged in that shit. And this is the community that they put us in. So for anybody to get sit up here and say the white man put drugs in the hood, nah, it's brothers giving you that shit. White man ain't offer me no drugs. I'll keep 100 with you. The white man ain't offer me no drugs. Another brother offer me some drugs. That's how a lot of us in the urban area get fucked up. Start somewhere. So for they say, oh, the white man flooded the streets with drugs. Okay, even if he did, we didn't have to sell it to each other. The white man started pimping. We didn't have to pimp each other. A lot of things that came across our table. Why couldn't we take them same drugs and sell it to the white man and give it back to his people? They dropped guns in the hood. Why couldn't we take them same guns and sell them back to their people? Everything we claim that they did to us that made our life a living hell, why we ain't just give it back to their people? Why we had to put this shit on each other? Yeah, rest in peace, DMX. Read about that. That's how he started getting high. Somebody gave him drugs at the age of 14. Yeah, they don't want to buy him back. But them tell you the slick shit they was doing in Newark. Right there on Market Street, when you coming down Market Street, you pass the church, you come around the bend, right before you get to New Hope Village. Before New Hope Village, they got a church there, right next to the fire department. What they was doing was they had a buyback gun program. So they had guys walking in buying the guns back. The slick shit is this. They had North Police in there and the sheriff department in. North Police was buying the guns back, but the sheriff department was running your name. You left out that motherfucker, you either got locked up for child support or warrants. That's the slick shit they do to Black Americans. But we let them do it, though. We let them do it. You thought you were going to go drop off a gun and get $100? Nah, that's the trickery, man. You ain't dropping off no damn gun with bodies on it and think you're going to walk out that door? Come on, man. They tagging that shit. You drop that damn gun off, they got fingerprints all on it. So they might not come get you today. They might not come get you tomorrow, but they're going to pull up on an unsolved murder. They'll come get you. We don't look at life like that. We just look at it like I'm getting money. Why you think they got the sperm clinic is bumping right now in the black community? They got your ass going there and giving up sperm, right? You giving up your babies for $100. Well, they giving it back to women for $2,000. The hypocrisy in that shit? You see what I'm talking about? They would have you run your ass down. They would have you run down to the clinic and give up free sperm for $100. Got you spazzing in the cup and would turn around and sell that to somebody else for $2,000. Depends on how potent this shit is. If you ain't on drugs, this shit gonna run for anywhere from. I know a girl right now that tried twice and spent $100,000 trying to get pregnant. $100,000. But they giving your ass $100 to masturbate in a cup. The same thing when you run down there and give your blood up. You give your blood up for free for a couple of dollars. They running the DNA checking to see if your black ass got any crimes out there. Just what I said, black African Americans, man, we on the road to extinction, man. We don't even know this shit, man. We giving them everything they need to keep us from growing. We killing each other. That just stopping the growth right there. I don't know. I took a COVID test. I took both of my COVID shots. I don't know, man. Religious reasons, personal reasons. I don't know. I took both of them. I was telling a friend of mine, and a lot of people say they putting the chip in you. I don't know. I don't know. I took it, but a lot of people don't want to take it. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But I hope y'all get the message, man. I just hope we wake up. It ain't too late so we can understand what's going on, man. See what it is, a message like this won't get out. No, I wasn't scared to take it. And then I didn't even, it was like they poked me right here. It's like a pinch. It's like a little pinch. It wasn't even, I don't know. I didn't, it's just like a little pinch and that was it. The second time, the same shit. I wasn't scared. No, I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared. See, I never took a flu shot. I don't know why I don't take needles, but I don't know why I took it that day, but I don't really take needles, man. So I don't know. It's to each his own, man. To each his own, you know? To me, it's either damn if you do, damn if you don't. So to each his own. That's it right there. What time is it? Oh shit! I'm about to get off this. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate you for coming through, Ken. I appreciate it. Mac, Sakina Jones, Gene, Tazo, 702 Smooth. Then I'm about to hop off Abu Dhabi, or I'm about to hop off this, man. A Train salute. Nick Than I want on. But yeah, man. I hope y'all get it. I just hope that only if one person can get it, just spread it, man. Because if we don't fix our communities and we don't fix ourselves as black people, they're gonna start hunting us like animals, man. Because we hunting each other like animals. We killing each other like animals. Black on black crime, just killing each other like animals, man. But I guess it's the way to go. I guess, they call it gangster. They call it putting in work. They call it I'm certified. I'm stamped in my street. I'm stamped. I don't know what you call it, man. But you ain't certified. You ain't stamped if you killing somebody that look like you. You ain't stamped. You ain't certified. That's bullshit. If somebody look just like you that you killing, you done took a blessing because the person you killed could have helped you along the way. You take blessings out your life. Now I'll be live. Well, Tuesday I'll be doing Pay It Forward. On those who don't know, if y'all just came to the channel, every Monday I do it, but it's a holiday. Tuesday I'll be doing the Pay It Forward. Right now this is what, so people can see what I'm talking about. Right now, collectively, we put money together. So what we doing now, we raising money for a college. Well, we call it the college freshman fund. So we raising money for a young man and a young female and giving them a care package. So when they go off to college, they have something to look forward to, just in case the mother don't have enough, as far as hygiene products, far as books, utensils, because books cost money when you go to school. So far, this is how much we raise right here. Try to see. That's how much we raised so far. So the goal is trying to get 1,000. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? That bad business. What's going on? So that's what we doing right now. So for now on, I'll be going live on YouTube. This might be, I don't know. This might be my last time going live on StreamYard, because now since I can go live on YouTube, I was going to do this on YouTube, but I already had put it up here already. So for now on, I'll be going live on YouTube and seeing how that works. Only time I'll go live on StreamYard if I got if you got a group like Melee come up, Tazo, Goof Troop, Nate, A-Train. If everybody want to come on up, you hit whoever want to hit the link want to come on up, then I'll go live on StreamYard, because you can hold more people on StreamYard. Because when you pay for StreamYard, you can hold more people. I don't know how YouTube work for us letting like 9 people come on there. I don't know if they'll let 9 people come up, but we'll see. We definitely see. But I will be going live on YouTube come Monday. Then I'll be doing a live like every other day. Sometimes I just be too tired. I'm a truck driver, so when you're getting up 3 in the morning, getting off at 8 o'clock at night, that could be tough, man. That could be tough. And if you watching this live right now, and you a truck driver, and you in the Pennsylvania area like Mount Pocono, you in New Jersey, you upstate New York, you in New York, company I'm leased on to, I'm an owner operator. So the company I'm leased on to is called Narrow Enterprise. They're looking for drivers. They'll put you in the 2021. Then you got another company up here called Cohen. They also, it's in my community, it's in my community chat, community post. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick. They definitely looking for drivers. Cohen is hiring right now $27 an hour, and they have dedicated runs. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So it's a company right here, right? So if y'all know anybody that drive trucks, there's a company right here. If you go to my community tab, there's a company right here. They're always looking for truck drivers. They're hiring $27 an hour, Monday through Friday, weekends off, assigned trucks, So if y'all can, go to my community tab, hit the link, give them a call. This for anybody that y'all know that's looking for a driving job, driving tractor trailers. I think you might need at least 2 years experience to get on with them. So give them a call and just tell them talk to me, and they put you on. Yeah, shit. I know a lot of. You know what? You the first person to ask me that because I don't really talk about. I guess I've seen so much behind the wheel that I don't talk about trucks. I done seen the worst, man. I done seen drivers get burned up in trucks. Drivers get ambushed in Harbor Hall right here when you first cross into Ohio. I done seen drivers get shot through the truck. I done seen some shit, man. I done seen the worst of the worst. So I never really want to talk about them because it just brings back, after 28 years of driving trucks, it just brings back some crazy memories, man. So I done seen the worst of the worst in these trucks. I done seen the worst of the worst. The worst accidents, drivers falling asleep, running to the side of a mountain, and the whole truck just disappear. I done seen some crazy shit. I done seen drivers go off a cliff right here going down 80 westbound Pennsylvania, right here by Mount Pocono, Channerville, and hit the guardrail and drop, just disappear, man. I done seen some crazy shit. Last week, I'm coming back from Pittsburgh. I was on 80 westbound. I just left out the truck stop. I just left out of 232. I was in Bloomsboro at the TA. I come out the TA. I'm coming down the road, and the traffic was backed up going westbound. Then at 20 miles, a school bus. I don't know if the school bus was carrying kids, but I know the driver died. School bus, 80 westbound, ran into a back of a Snyder truck, split the trailer in half. The front of the school bus was laying on its side. Half of the bus was gone. And as a truck driver, it's hard to stomach that shit. Because knock on wood, I haven't had an accident yet since I've been in the truck. The half of the bus was gone. The trailer was split in half, went through the guardrail, went through the trees. That was it. I done seen this a lot. The accident that happened on 80 was about a year ago, been a year and a half. They gave the driver 10 years in prison. Coming down 80 we coming down 80 eastbound. Traffic came to a stop. School bus driver coming 80 eastbound in the center lane. He mixed the exit for exit 15. He tried to make a left. No, exit 35. He tried to make a left from the center lane to cross the median, to go back to get off the exit. Dump truck coming down the hill, 55,000 pounds of rock ran right through the bus. Killed 3 kids, killed a teacher, and the driver survived. They just gave his ass 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison. Nah, you see you see hitchhikers. I don't play that bullshit. Nah, you see hitchhikers. You don't do that. You don't do hitchhikers. The day you pick up a hitchhiker, that's the day you ain't making it home. That's my opinion. That's what I stand by on the road. The day you pick up a hitchhiker, the day you ain't making it back home, man. Nah, fuck that. I don't see hitchhikers walking on the road 3 o'clock in the morning in Wyoming. 3 o'clock in the morning, walking the highway by himself. Just standing there. You drive by in a truck, you half woke. You nodding off in the truck, and you wake up and you, the fuck? And you turn back and they standing there staring at you. Just staring at you. You looking in your mirror and they standing there looking towards you. Now, you don't do that shit, man. Scare the shit out your ass, man. Nah. I don't know if they're armed or not. I never took a chance. To figure that shit out. I own a truck. Nah, they don't let us carry guns. They trying to pass a law right now through the Senate that truck drivers can carry a gun in the truck. Like in the state of Pennsylvania I live in, every now and then I bring mine's butt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nah, but the state I live in, but they trying to pass a law right now that truck drivers can carry guns. But so far, nah, you can't carry a gun in the truck. Some of us do. Depends on where you're going, but some do. But nah, man, get crazy out there. I think if you're an over the road driver and you go into these little rest areas and these truck stops, I think you should be packing something. You should be. Nah, you hear all types of shit, man. You hear stories. I see. You'll pull into one night. I got off the exit in Virginia. I was going to a Waffle House because the Waffle House beside the truck stop I was going to park. There was a guy standing at the on ramp. You'll see people pull up. He got a bag. They'll put him in the truck and take off. Nah, I don't play that shit, man. I don't play that shit. I ain't putting nobody in my damn truck. Nah, he ain't doing that. You got people that does it. I don't do it. Like I said, the day you put somebody a hitchhiker in that truck, the day you ain't making it home. You ain't making it home, man. That's what I believe. That's why I never heard nobody say they picked up a hitchhiker that came back and said that they dropped them off. But I see them pick them up. I never met nobody that said they dropped them off. I don't fuck that. Excuse my language, YouTube, but nah, I can't do that, man. Yeah. Yeah, Harp no, man. You see them out there on the side of that road, man, standing there, man, in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. Stand out there on the side of a dirt road. You the only truck. Let me tell you one thing would scare the shit out you, right? The drive past a hitchhiker standing on the road. Soon as you drive past him, you pray to God that your truck don't die. You pray to God that your battery don't die and that you ain't running out of fuel, man. Because soon as you run out of fuel, that battery die, that fool is gonna be running right up, thinking that you pulled over for him. The hitchhiker 1986. Oh yeah, man. No, we ain't doing that shit, man. Mm-mm. You pray to God that your truck is still running when you drive past a hitchhiker. And Harp laughing because he know what it is, man. You see him out there on that road, you pray to God that your truck don't break down. You be looking, well, I swear to God, it be 4 o'clock in the morning. You driving, you see somebody out there, you start looking at your battery meter, you be looking at your fuel meter, you be like, oh man, come on, man. And then the sign pop up, next fuel stop, 150 miles. 150 miles is 3 hours. So you will see a sign that pop up and say, next fuel stop, 150 miles. That's a 3 hour drive. You pray to God that truck don't break down, man. Let me tell you something about lock lizards. Lock lizards done got advanced. Most of the lock lizards now, they got CDL license, man. They driving for Swift. They driving for Warner. They driving for Prime. They driving for New England. Yeah, most of your lock lizards got license now, man. They got CDL license. Cause I remember one time where I was at man, they got me bringing up truck shit. One day I had just pulled into South Carolina. I was on my way to Lynchburg, Georgia. Yeah, picture that. Lynchburg, Georgia. I pulled into South Carolina truck stop. I think it was like the TA or the pallet or the pet. Could have been the petrol. And I pulled in. I'm on the CB acting a fool. I'm on CB talking. I heard somebody go, hey, driver. I'm like, driver? Fuck, who the hell they talking to? And she like, hey, driver. So I'm like, who they talking? So I go to see who they talking to. The driver said, she talking to me. I said, why is she talking to you? He said, a lock lizards got CBs in their cars. Look, they down there in a little car. I looked down. They was in a Honda Accord station wagon, about 7 of them, packed up in that motherfucker, sitting in the beginning of the truck stop on a CB, tricking off. Tricking off, man. The craziest truck rest I've been in, I was in Montana. I was coming back from Tacoma, Washington. I pulled up in a rest area because I don't like rest areas because rest areas only got like 3 lights. One on the front, one in the middle, one on the end. I pulled over to the side. For some reason, how they get you is this. You pull over, you back into a spot. You sitting up in the truck like this, you can see your spot mirrors. Your spot mirrors will show the trailer, everything in the back of you. What they would do is they'll grab your spot mirrors, they'll bring them back this way. So now if you get out the driver's seat, you get into the bump, you will see the trailer because your mirror's back this way. So from the sleeper to your mirrors, you still see the trailer because they fold your mirrors in. Right at that point, if you sitting on the bed and you can see your trailer, you get up, you get in the seat, you don't blow the horn, you start the truck, you take off. Because if you sit there and be like, oh, that ain't nothing. I done heard stories they chalk your wheels, but you can't even move. They coming in that fucking door. They will chalk your back wheels, but you can't. You try to pull forward, you can't move because they chalking your wheels. You can't move. They're going to put blocks this big. I ain't talking about a chalk that look like this. I'm talking about a 2x4 block, about that big. They'll put it in front of the tire, back of the tire. You trying to pull forward, you can't move, you jerking. 9 times out of 10, they're going to unhook your airlines and pull the pin. By the time you take off, you release from that trailer. They got your trailer now. Somebody's sitting in the cut with another truck. They'll take your whole trailer, the whole load. Or they coming through that door. When they come through that door, you better be prepared. You better be prepared for that shit. So when I came in the truck stop, I parked, I got in the bunk, my mirrors was down. I heard the truck rocking. What they was doing was trying to siphon my fuel. So when they try to siphon my fuel, I got back in the driver's seat and I looked up. All I seen of was a reflector of a jacket, like a vest. He climbed up under the tandem wheels. At that point, I didn't give a damn if I ran anybody over. Got up in the truck, because I left the truck run. I never turned the truck off. Got up in the truck. I ain't even start in first. I had that shit in third gear. Had it back this way. So by the time I go to 4 or 5, I'm popping the switch. I'm back here with 6 coming down. Got the hell up out of there. Got it out of there. Now I'm in my 10. I'm going. I think I had to drive at least. I think I had a half a tank. I had to drive at least 2.5 hours. I had the same red pickup truck in and out the lanes. In and out the lanes. The same red pickup truck. In and out the lanes. In and out the lanes. If I go to the left, he go to the left. If I go to the right, he go to the right. I dip around trucks, but I guess at that point, he have enough gas. Because if he was trying to siphon the fuel, I had enough to keep moving where he kind of like turned off and I ain't see him no more. I drove about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, got fuel, and drove all the way down Ohio. I did not stop the truck. I could have got pulled over by a state trooper. I drove at least 15.5 hours straight. Got more fuel and drove that shit right back to Jersey. Drinking Red Bulls and coffee and eating Slim Jims. I'm surprised I ain't even 300 pounds right now. All the way back. All the way back. Wouldn't stop the truck. Got some shit out there, man. So y'all out there running the road, try to get to a well-lit truck stop. Even if you ain't got nowhere to park in a truck stop, you is allowed to park on the side of the scale where it's lit. Park on the side of the scale. But trying to park in these rest areas, you out there on that road, be careful. There's some shit out there. Something out there. They robbing truck drivers. They killing truck drivers. They jacking truck drivers. At that time, I was hauling containers. I haul containers now, but that time I had a container coming back. So you got to be careful out there. Got to be careful out there. You got women drivers out there getting raped by other drivers. Yeah. Sister got raped down in Baltimore. What's the one down there? The TA in Baltimore, before you go through the tolls. It's a TA truck stop down there. The fuck is that? Curtis. I think it's Curtis Bay. I think it's Curtis. Right there in Baltimore, there's a TA before you go through the toll. Female truck driver got raped down there, man, by another truck driver, big fat ass guy. Came up in a truck. Well, but she went to the bathroom. He was flirting with her. So I'm gonna tell y'all the secret. I'm gonna tell y'all, this is why I tell y'all too. I'm gonna tell y'all. If you have a Freightliner, a Chevy, a key to a Chevy Tahoe, any key for a Chevy Tahoe, Chevy Suburban will open up a key to a Freightliner. You put it in halfway, you pull it back, you start moving it, go this way, boom. Grab the handle, door open. The key to a Chevy Suburban opened up a Freightliner. And she got back in that truck. That fat man was in that truck. Grabbed her by the neck and raped her. She drove for Swift. This shit happens out there. Happens out there. Shit happens. It's a couple years ago. Right in Baltimore. Right at the TA truck stop. Mm-hmm. A lot of shit happens out there. So be careful. You ladies out there driving trucks, be careful, ladies. Be careful. Make sure you got your pepper spray. Make sure you got your mace. And make sure you got a taser. Make sure you got a taser. They had this female right here. She wasn't attacked. She was suffering from bipolar. Look it up. I think she drove for Warner or JB Hunt. The cops tried to pull her over and chased her down about 100-something miles. They shot the tires out. She ran to an overpass, and then they killed herself. So there's a lot of mental illness out there too behind the wheel. Believe that shit. There's a lot of mental illness behind the wheel. Anytime you get a truck driver that can drive 4 days straight and don't take a bath and living in these trucks like it's their own, it's a problem. There's a lot of mental illness behind the wheel of these trucks. Believe that shit. Believe it. You got some crazy people driving them trucks. You got some good people in them trucks, but you got some people with some crazy people in the trucks, man. I watch a guy. The title, man, was just pretty much about, African Americans, man. Like, we kind of like wiping each other out so fast that we're on the verge of extinction, man. That's how fast we wiping each other out as a whole. What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Jay World? Peace, brother. It's a lot, man. Now, what I was saying earlier about what you see in the title is, as us, Black Americans, with everything that's going on, we doing more harm to each other than any other race. We doing a lot of harm to each other, man. A lot of senseless murders, a lot of killings, a lot of drugs. It's a lot that we doing to each other that we blame it on the other race. It ain't them doing that shit to us. We doing it to each other, man. We killing each other. We raping, molesting each other, disrespecting each other, and we thinking that shit in the word of being gangster. It's a lot we doing to each other. Like we hunting each other down like animals, man. Yeah. So man, if you're out there on the road, man, be careful on that road. Definitely be careful on that road, man. Be careful. Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on, brother? Yeah, be careful on that road, man. So that's the same thing too. If you in a car and you driving from like Jersey to Tennessee, I was, I was in my car. I drove from Jersey to Texas. That shit crazy, man. But another thing too, if you in the truck, get a CB. Most important thing in the truck, get a CB because then you'll know everything going on. You'll hear the bullshit out there because what y'all don't know, the CB, there's a lot of racism on the CB. A whole lot of racism on the CB. Most of the time, ain't nothing but people trying to fit in, or if you get into an argument with somebody white want to chime in, but they might not even be prejudiced, but they just want to get it because it sounds funny and it sounds cool. But I got into a situation one day. I was coming out of I was coming through Washington. I was coming through DC, and I end up in Annapolis. I was on Route 50 coming over the bridge. When you go over that little bridge on Route 50, it starts swerving. And over the other side of the bridge, you be in Ocean City, Maryland. Got into an argument with a white guy on the CB. And I'm on the CB. I'm talking big shit on the CB. I'm just running my mouth for the CB. And whatever he was trying to say, he was calling me all types of prejudice name, porch monkeys and all this. And he was wild. I was laughing like it was funny. I get to the toll booth. I get pulled over by a state trooper. State trooper pulled up on the truck. Pulled me over and pulled him over. I said, what's the problem, officer? He said, well, the guy in front of you said you threatened him. He got guns in the truck. Guns in the truck. And one thing y'all got to know this, if you own that truck, you don't have to give the police right to search your truck because that's your shit. That's your personal belongings in that truck. You own that truck. This ain't a company vehicle. One thing led to another. He couldn't handle the situation. That whatever he was trying to say to me didn't even work. It didn't work because I talk shit on the CB. I won't do it on here because the language is different. But with a trucker language, everything sounds different. Yeah, people need to start worrying about their children. But you know what it is, man? Like I said earlier, when you got grandmothers at 50 still having babies, and you got grandmothers at 50 having babies, but their daughter got a child that's 10 years old is watching their grandmother child. That's a problem in the community, man. That's a big problem right there. Because there's really no more grandmothers left. All the grandmothers still hanging in the club. They still out. Their grandmothers still at block parties. The grandmothers on the internet, half-ass naked. How you supposed to raise kids like that? How your grandkids supposed to say, oh, my grandmother's on Instagram trying to look like she better than my mother. The grandmother on Instagram 50 trying to dress like she 18. You got the father 50 years old with a 18-year-old girlfriend and he got on skinny jeans and his pants sagging. So if his pants sagging harder than his son and his son is only 15, son's supposed to be doing that, not the father. The father competing with the son and the mother's competing with the daughters. What kind of life is that? They ain't no life to raise no kids, man. Yeah, in the supermarket. Uh-huh. Exactly, man. Exactly. In the damn supermarket, man. And you got the mothers competing with the kids, man. And that's the life we live in now, man. But if we don't start taking over our communities, if we don't start policing our own community where we live at, what we got after that? He got shit. He ain't got nothing. You got a 12-year-old, but like I said earlier, you got a 12-year-old boy killing a 26-year-old man. Then you got the incident last year with the little girls on Instagram that stabbed up the other girl inside of Walmart. And they had an older girl bring them little girls to Walmart and they stabbed that little girl up. They got on Instagram and started bragging about it. They should have went and locked the damn parents up for that bullshit. Because them kids should have been home. That's what's going to start happening. They're going to start locking the parents up for the mistakes of the kids. And that ain't no damn mistake. They're going to start locking the parents up for that shit. So when they start locking the parents up for the wrongdoing or the doing of their kids, then everybody going to wake up. Then we all going to wake up. Can you imagine your kid getting in trouble while you at work and you got the FBI coming to your job locking your ass up for your kids? That's when we wake up. That's when we all going to wake up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got the little kid for shooting the man 26 years old. They got him. Yeah, they got the kid. They caught him. Don't make no sense, man. Don't make no sense. But that's where we at right now as a whole in the community. Yeah, I know. I know. You know, the crazy part about it was this. This is the crazy part about it. During the whole COVID shit, they was letting guys out for all types of crimes. Now you go, why they letting them out? But they need them in prison. What they was doing was they was letting them go. But if you was in arrears on child support, or if you owe child support, they was putting you in there and letting them go. So they'll let a rapist out, but lock your ass up for unpaid child support. Well, how you supposed to pay it if your job shut down on COVID? Now you ain't got no damn job because of COVID. But they'll put you in jail and let their ass go. Because they can get money out of you. They can't get shit out of him. But a 60-year-old kid got put away for throwing a stick bomb in the school. Yeah, what about the mother that was in the mother that was in the car with the child trying to get the child in school and end up giving the mother, end up locking the moms up? Mm-hmm. That's what it's all boiling down to, man. That's what it's all boiling down to. Hey, you know what, man? I want to say, hey, happy Father's Day to the fathers out there, right? Happy Father's Day to the fathers out there. Just doing what they got to do. If y'all can get a chance, go listen to that DMX song called "Letter to My Son." Listen to that song. That's a deep song he done put out. If you haven't heard it yet, go listen to it. The DMX song, the new CD he got out called "Letter to My Son." Listen to that. That's a deep song, man. Go listen to it. It's called "Letter to My Son." He be talking to his son. And all he has his son do is pick up a phone and call him. Don't wait till I'm dead and gone before you pick that phone up. Now he ain't here no more. Yeah, salute Ron Cross. Go listen to that song. It's a deep song, man. So salute to all you fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, man. Wherever y'all at, man. I don't care if you in prison. You ain't here no more. You out here doing what you got to do, or you going for protecting your kids. Salute to all the fathers out there, man. Because they don't give us enough credit. Because on Mother's Day, they want us to babysit the kids. On Father's Day, they want you to babysit the kids. So they don't give a lot of good fathers enough credit, man. So whatever y'all choose to do on Father's Day, man, salute to y'all brothers, man. Salute to all of y'all. Do what y'all got to do, bro. Hold them kids down. If you got to spank your kids, spank them, man. Because a lot of ass whoopings kept me out of prison, man. A lot of ass whoopings. A lot standing in the corner for 4 to 8 hours. You know. That shit kept me out of jail, man. So behind closed doors, if you got to beat that ass, man. If anybody else got something to say, you tell them mine ain't damn better. These your kids. You keep your kids out of harm's way. Because they took that from us. They took it from us. And it's time for us to take it back, man. Just take it back, man. Discipline your kids how you see fit. How you see fit. Because if the justice system gets your kids, they gonna discipline your kids how they see fit. And they're gonna make sure you don't get them black kids back. Because once the justice system get them black babies, they ain't coming home the same. There's not coming home the same. Once they get your kids ain't coming home the same, man. Y'all know that to be a proven fact. The justice system get your kids are done. They done. I remember growing up and my mother was on welfare, right? Then you had the state board. Used to come, at that time, we was living on Prince Street, right? Prince Street Projects in North. The little blue cars to pull up with the state badge on the door. Little white women used to come up in the projects with some game toys. And these wasn't toys. They was kind of like, you remember Doctor, where you had to put the little thing in there and they go business, it start buzzing. Well, she came up there with boards and with little diamond squares, octagon, and had us put this shit in there. It was like she was testing our IQ. So she had us put the bullshit in there. But at the same time, she had a clipboard and was telling my mother, you can't have this, and you can't have no man in the house, because if we find a man in the house, we're going to take your welfare. We're going to take your Section 8. That's how they controlled this shit growing up. A lot of these kids don't know that. They came in your house, the state, the government, with a clipboard. And if you had a man living in your house, they would threaten to take your Section 8, threaten to take your food stamps, threaten to take your Medicare. That's what they was doing. They still doing this shit, but it was roared in. It was roared in. If you had so many kids, they made you get your tools tied. Oh, no, you can't. We're not going to take care of 7 kids. So you got to go get your tools tied. It was doing this shit to black women and Hispanic women in the projects. They thought, we forgot about this shit? They control this shit coming up. They was controlling all of this shit. So every time they came by, we had to hide the fucking toaster. We had to hide so many blankets. We had to hide so many pans. We had to hide the food that we weren't supposed to have. We had to take that out, put that into a cooler under the bed, and left the bullshit block, the government cheese, And a pot of milk, all that shit in the refrigerator because we ain't want the white lady to find it. The government to find it. The only reason why I'm saying white lady, because that's all that came up in the projects. At that time, the state wasn't sending black women in there. They wasn't sending West Indian or Jamaican women in there. They were sending white women up in there with white men. And whatever they seen that wasn't fit, they were called North Police. And North Police would come up in there, threaten to lock my mother up if she ain't get ready to bullshit. Or threaten her. So my mother was scared to bring a man home. You raised 5 kids with no fathers. But you couldn't get a black man to come up in there and show a black strong support up in the house because they controlled it by the masses. We was on the 9th floor. They went from the 13 all the way down to the bottom. And by the time they got to the bottom, no police was bringing them brothers out of handcuffs. Because if they caught the brother in the house, they was putting them in handcuffs, man. Getting them out. Oh, no, we just check you downstairs to make sure you are right. We just running your name because we had they do. Oh, we had a call that a black man that fit your description did the robbery or did this rape. So you get downstairs like, what the fuck is y'all doing? I ain't do nothing. So then they get you downstairs and then they let you go. But by then they already embarrassed the shit out you. This how it was moving back then, man. Like the movie Claudine. Yeah, Claudine. Like the movie Claudine. This shit was real. Claudine was real. They was doing that shit in the projects. They didn't have a problem doing it. They didn't have a problem doing that shit, tearing out black families. Then what they saw, the good black men in jail? Couldn't have shit. So we was raised by my uncles. My uncles raised us. They wouldn't have that shit, man. My mother had to have a boyfriend outside. Outside, she couldn't bring him in the project. She couldn't bring him upstairs. We grew up like that. You remember on Sundays or Saturdays, you had to run across to the other projects to get something to eat, get the little apple juice and the quarter juice, the little juice in a cup, and the apple juice and the damn sandwich with the faded out bologna and all that shit. You know, all that free lunch program bullshit they had in the housing projects growing up in the hood, man. The free lunch program. And had people monitor how you eat. Then if you ask, say, I'm hungry, can I get another one? Or somebody writing your ass up telling your mother, well, you ain't feeding these kids, ain't we giving you welfare? Ain't we giving you food stamps? You got full Medicaid. Yeah, we always fit the damn description, man. We always fit it. You're always going to fit the description, especially when the police don't even live in your community. Soon as the police become police officers, they get little pay, little overtime. They go from north to Ivory Hill. They go from north to Orange. They go from north to Mount Pocono. How the hell you a police officer and you live in Pennsylvania, but you got a job in North New Jersey? Yeah, make that shit make sense, man. Shit crazy. Crazy. That's why the community fucked up now, because the police don't live in the same area they policing. That's why it's all messed up. But I'm gonna tell you one area though. You go down that north. You go down that North New Jersey. Down that north is Brazilian and Portuguese. Brazilian and Portuguese. All the cops down there are Brazilian and Portuguese. You go down that north, you take Market Street, you split North Penn Station, and you stay to the right. That's Ferry Street. You go down Ferry Street. All the cops down there look like their community. All the cops. They live down there. But the same cops in your hood don't look like me and you. So that's why we fit the description. They don't look like you. They don't look like me. And where they live at? If you in North, they live in Livingston. Baskin Ridge. They living in Ridgewood. They living in Montclair. They living in Verona. They living in Belleville. Belleville still Essex County, still Essex County. They living in Belleville. They living in Lodi. They live in East Rutherford. They're not living in North. They're not living in Brooklyn. They're not living in the Bronx. They're not living in DC, Chicago. Most of these cops don't live in your area. They don't live where you live. They don't see what you see. That's why it's always they can control the shit the way they want. Then they can go home and sleep better. Now you tell me this. A cop killer on an unarmed man in your neighborhood, and the cop live right around the corner. He wouldn't be able to sleep. See what I'm saying? If a cop kill an unarmed man in your community, in your neighborhood, and he live right around the corner, he wouldn't be able to sleep at night. He won't be able to sleep at night. Nah. So if he won't be able to sleep at night, how the fuck we let somebody across the street kill a family member of ours? And we don't do shit? It's catch-22 of this shit too. The cop could do it, but he don't live in the community. And if he did, he'd get crucified. But we got Sharif living in building 34. Sharif get into an argument over a dice game, and he killed Omar across the street in 33 over dice. But we ain't gonna do shit to him because we don't want to be known as snitches. But we'll go around the corner and tear the cop down for killing an unarmed black man. But this fool did the same shit. Sharif did the same shit. He killed the unarmed black man. But we won't say shit. We won't say shit. We let that shit go. Oh, let the Lord find him. Leave it in God's hands. Black people got too much damn religion as it is, man. Leave it in God's hands. That's what we gonna say. A black man kill another unarmed black man, we gonna say leave it in God's hands. But a cop kill one of us, we want to raise hell. We want to burn the community up. We want to burn down the stores. We want to loot the shit. We want to steal from each other. We go ape shit if a cop kill us. But if your homeboy kill your cousin, you don't go ape shit. You let it ride. We got to stop this shit, man. We got to stop this shit as a whole in the community. Got to stop this shit, man. Because as long as we keep letting this shit go on, we about as dead our damn self, man. Anytime you go watch your homeboy kill an unarmed black man, you about dead your damn self. Dead your damn self, man. But we can go ape shit if they kill us. We could go ape shit if they kill us, man. And we ain't gonna do shit about it. We kill each other, we don't do shit about it. The white man call us a N-word, we upset. So why can't we take that N-word on each other then? It's one thing to say, what's up, my brother? What's up, my N? I don't even want to say it, but what's up, my N? But then turn around and let a white man say it. A brother could call you boy, or we get mad because of that. But a cop call us boy, we want to press charges, we want to sue, we want to do all types of shit, man. We use that in word of endowment. No, fuck that. We need to get rid of the word. Because we need to get rid of that word so everybody else will stop saying this shit. That word is more poison in the black community than anything else, man. Anything else. But we make it cute to say this shit. People say, oh, you snitching. Or clout chasing. But the news clout chase all day. The news will get your story and flip that shit around. But soon as we on YouTube get the same story and we talk about the story, oh, why is you trying to tear a man down? Soon as we get the same story and we talk about it, we tearing the man down. But the news get the story, it's okay. Why? Because we not journalists? We speaking on it. They speaking on it. Why? Because we ain't go to school for the shit. They speaking on the shit. We need to wake up. We really need to wake up around here, man, because we sleep. We need to wake up, man. We definitely need to wake up. You need to wake up. Because we doing so much to each other, man. We killing each other like animals. We hunting each other like animals. Everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody want to be a rapper and spit gangster shit. No, get away. They ain't come from that environment. How the hell you talking about you killing people? You from the suburbs? How the hell you talking about you killing people when you was in the house looking out the window? You never even came outside. But we let it ride. We give fuck shit a pass. We give fuck shit a pass. Man, I'm 48 years old going on 49. September, I'll be 49. I never gave shit a pass. But I grew up where you couldn't even talk about shit. You seen murders, you seen all type. You couldn't talk about it coming up. Couldn't talk about it. But the way shit is now with this old police and all this shit, and we in outrage, and we in our own community causing millions and millions of dollars. You know what? Let me tell you one thing, right? If a riot break out right now, right? Say if a riot break out, another black man was killed, right? And a riot break out, and we tear up our whole community. You know, we just did the government a favor because now they can pull an eminent domain. Y'all know this shit? We go tear up our own neighborhoods. We burn down houses. We burn down stores. We run up in each other's house, kicking doors in, grabbing video games and all types of shit we ain't gonna need. Then they turn around and pull an eminent domain and take your community and make this shit the waterfront houses. Come on, man. We don't think like this. They take your shit and make it and pull an eminent domain, right? They build skyrise, they build stadiums. You try to get a baseball stadium in your area right now, it's gonna cost millions of dollars because they ain't got the property. But let you go ahead and turn on your community. They got the property now because y'all done burnt it up. They got it. They got everything they wanted, but they waited to us act like animals and burn this shit to the ground. And when the smoke cleared, we ain't got nowhere to live. Because when they do this shit, go to the cops where they live at and tear their shit down. Stop tearing down the shit where we live at. Because it ain't proving nothing. We don't want to vote, but we want to burn our shit down. How that makes sense? We don't want to vote. Well, the vote don't count. The vote don't count. The vote don't count. But we will burn our shit down. Now, when you burn it down, the vote, it don't matter now. Because you know what's going to happen? They're going to come in and put up a fucking amusement park. Look what they did to the Barclays over there. The Nets basketball arena. They went into Brooklyn by the railroad station and tried to pull up eminent domain. They was going to build that stadium over the railroad. This is when it first came out. I don't know if anybody know about this bullshit. When they built the Brooklyn Nets stadium, because the Brooklyn Nets, if y'all don't know, to you young kids, the Brooklyn Nets used to be the New Jersey Nets. They used to be based in New Jersey. So what they did, they moved them out there. But they was when they decided to build that stadium, they was going to build it over the railroad tracks and clear these people out their houses. They run up in your house and say how much. Well, in this four block radius, they only make it $20,000 a year. This whole area is making less than $50,000 a year. Give it $50,000 a year. So they're gonna tell you how much you want for that house. The house ain't worth shit. We give you $30,000 for that house. Shit, no, my house worth $150,000. So no, we give you 30 for it. Or if you don't take the 30, we'll contact the bank. They take it from you. Hey, what's going on, Empress Janet? What's going on, Empress Janet? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. So that's what they do. They say we'll give you 30 for the house that's worth 150, 200 grand. As soon as you say no, they'll contact the bank and see if you ever missed any late payments. So what they did was in Brooklyn, they went over there and fought that shit. So what they end up doing? Moving this shit over here to Flatbush Avenue. They moved it over there. But they fought. And that's what they doing. So when you decide to say, I'm tired of police brutality, I'm tired of them killing us, because we killing us. So if we can show the same aggressiveness, if we can show the same aggressive for them doing it to us, why can't we do that shit in our own community? That's what I'm saying. Why can't we do the same shit that they doing to us in our own community and get the bad seeds out? But you so busy not wanting to snitch, not wanting to tell on nobody, that we killing each other by the numbers. But we ain't doing shit about it. But now we burn up our shit. They come, build houses. Now what they doing? They gonna move your ass in the community. So if you blood, they putting bloods where Crips at. If you Crips, they putting Crips where bloods at. If you Latino, they putting you with the blacks. If you black, they putting you by the Latinos. So now they putting us at war with each other. Because they know we gonna do they shit. We doing they bidding. They putting us at war with each other. So now I gotta walk down the street and I gotta wear a white t-shirt with a white hat because I can't wear no certain color because they don't move me from my area and put me where a bunch of other gangbangers at that look just like me. So now I gotta hate them. I'm not hating at the fact that the government took me from my home and put me somewhere else. I'm not hating them. I'm hating another black man because he got on a red fucking shirt. He got on the blue shirt because he's Spanish. We're going to hate each other, but we're not going to hate them for doing this shit to us. You know why? Because we do it to each other. How long we going to keep doing this shit to each other until we wake the fuck up? How long we going to keep doing it? You got to talk to your kids. You got to talk. Even if your community is holding meetings, take your ass to the meeting. If your child not making it in school, you go to his class. When my daughter was acting up in school, I was sitting my ass down with my daughter. When my daughter was going to Barringer Prep, I took my ass to the school and I sat there for 3 days. You got to involve yourself. If you're not going to vote, involve yourself in your community, man. Involve yourself. If you can stand outside for 8 hours, take your ass to the school and sit down and watch what your kids are doing. Because you can say, your kids can say they smart. Your kids can be dumb as rocks. But you don't know because you ain't even checking behind your kids. You're not even trying to see what the teacher's all about. Your teachers can be fucking perverts, but you're not checking. If you're not going to do shit for yourself, get involved in your community, man. Involve yourself. Yeah, we scared. No, let me tell you something. We ain't scared of the government. We scared of ourselves. This shit falls on self. Because it start at home. start at home. All of this shit start at home. You wake up, you go to bed. This shit start at home. Damn the government. This shit start at home. If you righteous and you humble, you get your point across. Involve yourself in the community. If you ain't gonna vote, get into the community where as though some shit break out, y'all already know we're not gonna tear our hood up. We're not gonna tear down what we built here. We're not gonna tear this down. We're not gonna burn it up. We're not gonna run into these stores and do all this extra shit, because I'm gonna tell you one thing, tell you one damn thing. COVID was a curse, but it was a blessing. Because when COVID started lightening up, that gave us the opportunity to get our life together, to get our credit right, our money right, and our mind right, and common sense. We could have went back and bought up the whole neighborhood. But we do, we still buying expensive ass fucking clothes. We buying jeans for $500. We buying belts for $500. You can invest that money. You buying sneakers for $1,000. You got the gear you got on worth $1,000. You could have took that money, invest that money, and flipped that money. You could have flipped from 5 and made damn near what, 200 grand? Come on, we gotta think, man. We gotta fucking think. Gotta think. Gotta think. You can have all the money in the world. When you're dead, you're dead. But why not leave a legacy behind yourself? Think about what I'm saying. Why not leave a legacy behind yourself where you could take care of your kids, your family, leave wealth behind, generational wealth? Why don't leave that shit? Leaving your kids a car and some cash they can't build off, that ain't shit. That ain't nothing. You're leaving some investment property. Leave them something that they can build. You can't build shit. You can't build shit with a belt buckle. You can't build nothing off no Jordans. Can't build shit like that, man. Put your mind together, your resources together, and bob your neighbor. I'm going to tell you a story. Now, it's not even a story. I grew up in Newark on 8th Street. Also grew up on 8th Street between 11th Ave and 12th Ave. On the corner, there's a barber shop. The guy named Bomber. Bomber been cutting my hair. He'll cut my hair no more. But he used to cut my hair from the age of 7 years old until I turned 35 years old. Bomber, he looks like a bum. But Bomber owned every house on 7th Street, 8th Street, 9th Street, from South Orange Avenue down to Central Avenue, and own everything in the area. It's a black man. But if you look at Bomber, he still own the barber shop. He still cutting hair. Salute the Bomber. But if you look at him, you would never know he owns shit. So if Bomber was to leave right now, everything belongs to his kids. That's what you want to leave your kids, a legacy, some wealth that they can build off. Your kid can't build off your gangsterism. I'm a gangster. Oh, my father died. He was a gangster. I'm taking after my father. Can't build off that shit. Can't build off being a gangster. You can't build off saying my dad did 30 years and I'm going to do 30 years too. You can't build off that shit. You can't build like that. You can't. My father died with a Cadillac. All he had was Cadillacs. I'm going to give me a Cadillac. Unless your father's working at GM and he made a certain part, prime example, my uncle, Uncle Cleve, rest in peace, Cleve. Years ago, before he passed, he worked at GM. Right there in Linden. The GM plant ain't there no more. It's in Linden, New Jersey, on 1 and 9. Ain't there no more. So I think it's a damn, what the fuck is Walmart? Walmart is over there. Walmart is over there. He made a certain part for an airbag. And when he passed, my cousin's taking care for the rest of their life. He left that for them. They honor that man for that. So if you can't leave a legacy behind that's going to take care of your kids and take care of your grandkids, then you ain't leaving shit. You ain't done shit. You ain't done shit. You ain't done shit. Leave something behind, man. That your daughters can eat, your kids can eat, they grandkids can eat. You see, white folks got it set up like that. They fucked us around so much, they got it set up for ways though their family can eat. Why can't we do the same thing, man? Why can't we do the same thing? Why can't we do the same thing? All this self-hate, we got colorism, the whites against the blacks against the lights, all this self-hatred we got, hating on each other. We don't even know each other. Why? Killing each other for what? I'd rather leave something behind so my grandkids can eat. So they can eat. So they can take what I left and they can build from that. So they can sit back and say, this whole corporation and this building was put here by my grandfather. My grandfather started this. My grandfather started all of this. So if I got to say that's the way I did it, then hey, man, I done did something. So if you ain't doing it now, try to set a legacy, set a path where as though your kids can eat, your grandkids can eat. Set it up, man. That's like, for example, right now. Every week, I'm on operator. Every week that my job takes $200 a week out of my check. Every week. And every 10 weeks, they give me back $2,000 of my money. Now, can you imagine? That's $2,000 of my money. Untouched, no taxes, $200 a week. If that was 20 weeks, that'd be $4,000. Can you imagine yourself every week putting $50 a week to the side and let it build? And don't touch it. If you can afford 200, do it. If you can afford 100 a week, do it. For 10 weeks, that's $1,000. Build something. Then take that money and put that money in the stocks. Invest that money. Teach your kids teach your kids wealth, man. Teach them something they can hold on to. Hold on to your legacy as a gangster, as a killer, as a womanizer. It don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. Being a great thief, spending life in prison, that don't mean shit to your kids, man. Because they can't live off that shit. They can't. Go buy a farm or something. Buy some property. Invest in some property with nothing on it. It could be a piece of shit. Invest in some property. With all these builders going up right now with Amazon and all of them, prime example. In Newark, on Wilson Avenue, on the corner of Wilson Avenue and Avenue P, there used to be a vacant lot there. A vacant lot. In that vacant lot, they had antifreeze. It was to be a company there years ago, a chemical plant. They had antifreeze running under the ground. Under the ground. What they did was they sold that property for $1. $1. They sold the property for $1. But you had to get an environmental team in, clean up all the antifreeze, unearth all the dirt, and hold that shit out of there. A company called Tony Pallet bought the property, had an environmental crew come in years ago and dug up the whole property Up earth, all of that soil, all of that antifreeze. They sold the property to FedEx Freight for the unamount of millions of dollars. $1. I don't know how much they charge to clean that shit up, but they sold it to FedEx Freight for millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Now, Tony Pallet, a pallet company, make pallets. You put freight on. All of that money they got, they're going to leave that shit to their kids and their grandkids and their grandkids and their grandkids. That's how the game work. So leave your kids something behind, man. Leave your kids something behind. Yeah, you probably got a point there. Here you go. Yeah, we never needed it. Well, you could say that, but then it did keep a lot of, back then, hip hop kept a lot of, put food on the table. It kept a lot of brothers out the streets. But then as the years progressed, it got worse. It got worse. Look at it. Look at hip hop now. It's a damn shame, man. Look at hip hop now. But yeah, man, leave your kids something, man. Leave your family something. So if you can get involved in your community, get involved into your kids' school, get involved in your kids' life and see what's going on in your community. Even if you got to get out there, clean up, paint the buildings, keep the ground, just get a group together and take care of what you got in your own community. So when you do have an unarmed shooting or whatever, at least you know that whatever you built in that community, you don't have to worry about tearing it down because y'all built that. Y'all built that community. So you ain't got to worry about burning down the stores and breaking into shit. And you ain't got to worry about other people coming from different states, burning down. You keep their ass out. So get involved, man. Because as people, we ain't going to have shit left, man. And then if you're going to blame it on hip hop, you got to blame it on the music. You got to bring it on the record labels. Because the record labels, they pushing all this false narrative. They pushing the sex, the drugs. They pushing that. Murder, die, kill. They pushing that. They pushing that. And who own the record labels anyway? Not us. Master P might own his own, but who owned it anyway? Not us. Jay Prince might own his own, but who owned it really? Not us. Mm-mm. We got to do something. Yeah, when they wouldn't let us in the club, that's when it was all underground. Then it went mainstream because back then, if you went mainstream, you would consider a sellout. Now you could go mainstream all day. Back then, if you was considered a sellout, you went commercial. Oh, you commercial? You're a commercial rapper? Nah, I can't mess with you. Now everybody commercial. Everybody commercial. Commercial with no union. Yeah, mostly Jews, yes. Yeah, commercial with no union. A rapper right now could go broke today and don't have no union to back him. No union. No 401k. No pension. You ain't get shit out of it. After rapping is done, if you ain't invest your money, you won't get shit after that. You don't even own your own masters. So who gonna eat off that? The record labels. You don't even own your own masters. You don't own your own words. You don't even own your damn name. They give you a name. They keep the name and everything. And I bet you a lot of these record labels got insurance on you too. You think a lot of these record labels ain't got life insurance on these rappers? They got to get their money back somehow. They got to get their money back. You know, like I know they got life insurance on these rappers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know how these record labels, they got insurance on these rappers? But they out there pushing them to talk violent, talk about guns and, you know, back then, you got caught rapping about, you got caught talking about sex and all of that and killing. They made a big deal about it. Now you could get Cardi B or you could get a Megan Stallion, get on here and talk about pussy, sucking dick, having sex, having women on women, all types of shit in the industry now. Get on top of a stage and start up humping and shit, doing all types of wild stuff on stage at the music awards. Don't nobody say nothing. They push that agenda. But back then, you say anything about a woman, you a womanizer. They boycotting your music. They taking your music off the shelves. You were selling, back then, it was so bad that you had to start selling CDs out your car. Because the labels, they want to put it on. Now you go to a record label, you tell a record label, right? You got conscious bars. I want to be a conscious rapper. Then they say, nah, sit your ass right there, we be right back. They go in the other room, come right back out and say, read this. You go read and rap. Damn, this ain't me. I never shot nobody. I never sipped lean. I never had a foursome with 4 girls. What the hell is that shit? This ain't me. And they telling you, well, if you don't want to rap, if you don't want to use that, then you shit. We got somebody outside right now that's gonna rap that lyric. You got somebody outside gonna push that shit. So now you got your kids pushing this wild shit. Then the mother like, yo, baby, that ain't what you was rapping in the room. Nah, man, this is what they want me to rap. They gave me $1 million, they signed me to $1 million. I'm gonna get you out the hood. Integrity is gone. Integrity is gone, man. It's gone. They done took that. That's what they promoting. I don't know, man, but we need to get involved. We need to get involved with our community. We need to support each other more. Hold each other down more in the community. I don't know where everybody live. I don't know where nobody live at. But if you live in an area where as though you can go to a community center and set up an event and get your neighbors involved and get the kids involved, then do that, man. Do it. Because there ain't nothing like being in a community where you want it. With somebody leashing on your name, man. So if anything happen to you, they got to take care of your family, take care of you. You know. You gotta stop having the cops police our kids and raise, have most of this rap music raising your kids, Because the way shit is now, most of these kids now, I ain't gonna blame it on COVID. Most of these kids now, they sit home and play the video games. They gaining weight after weight after weight. You ever play Grand Theft Auto? And you hear you got the speaker on, and you got kids coming through the speaker cussing. You got dudes on there discussing drug deals. While you playing Grand Theft Auto, you got dudes up there discussing drug deals. You got kids up there cursing each other the hell out. Where the mothers at? You got these fools up there discussing deals, talking about somebody snitched on them. I mean, this shit's just crazy, man. Shit's crazy. Shit crazy. Oh, man, it's 11:40. All right, I'm about to get off this. It's late. I'm about to shut this down so I can get some sleep, get up in the morning. Because I got some food marinated up in here, ready to go on the smoker tomorrow. I might go live tomorrow and show y'all how I be smoking my food. I got a 55-gallon drum. cut in half, flipped up, smoker. So that's what we're gonna be doing tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. So I might go live tomorrow. You know, I got all types of corn and I got everything ready to go on the grill. I'm about to do it up tomorrow. So I'll go live on that, let y'all see what it is a little bit. So I appreciate y'all for coming through. Politicking, man. I appreciate it. Bad business. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. I'm about to shut it down so I can get up in the morning and get this meat on the smoker. You know, from Tazo, the MC Mickey, I got all of y'all in the building, man. I appreciate y'all, Gene, you know, Kent, brother iHeart. What we got? Ron Cross, Shakina, J World. I appreciate all of y'all for coming through, man. I'm about to shut it down, man. But we'll do this again. We're definitely gonna do this again, man. Salute. We're gonna do this again. And man, hey, man, this was a good live. I liked it. We was able to vibe without there was no trolling. You know, hey man, like I said, I do drop the link. So next time I go live, politicking, you know, see Mick, if y'all want to come on up, man. You know, we could vibe and talk about anything. You know, that's how we do over here. All right. So salute, good night, one love. Thanks for the support, man. We up out of here.